keep talking,
Miss
you're going to do more
Walker.
jail
I didn't
time.
know.
I need a contempt order, 20 days.
20
Oh my
days.
God.
For what?
Charmaine, just be quiet. This is what everybody be talking about.
I don't want her walking around because she's a danger to others. Oh, so she signed off? Bench warrant, get it for me.
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. On today's episode, let's talk about the misguided youth, and especially in the Black community. We have, over the last 10 to 20 years, an uptick in juvenile crime, the murder rate, and if they're fortunate to make it to adulthood, they're more likely than not to be reoccurring criminals in and out of prison. And all of this can be directly tied and correlated to the single mother epidemic. Some may even say pandemic. But you don't have to believe me. Just look at observable reality as it stands today in your local and across the country news.
When I said the word hyena, talked about hyenas.
Called women hyenas.
There are women hyenas, and I'm going to stand on that.
Philadelphia police have been searching for the suspects in a vicious attack on a school crossing guard. And tonight, police say they have the women behind it.
Veteran investigators describe the attack as brutal. And it's even worse, Steve, that this victim was just trying to keep kids safe.
Yeah, it was a case of hurting someone just because she was helping someone. And right now, the three females being held here in the ladies' lockup here at police headquarters. What happened was a female student had just been beaten badly herself by these three, and then asked the school crossing guard, "Can I borrow your phone? I'm going to call my mom and help me." The attackers then turned their attention, their fist and their feet, to the crossing guard just because she lent a crime victim her phone to call for help.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they would do this to someone, someone who's out there trying to protect children every day of the week.
Veteran Detective Frank Banford has seen a lot in his decades on the streets, but was still stunned seeing the surveillance from Cecil B. Moore Avenue, November 30th, outside a school, of three females kicking, stomping, and pummeling a beloved 29-year-old school crossing guard, attacking the guard just because she lent her telephone to another young girl who had just been attacked prior so she could call for help.
The viciousness of it, they were trying to inflict some injury. There were boots to the face, kicks all over the body, punches, went on for a couple minutes. It's horrible. She tries to get on the bus, the 33 bus, to get away. They drag her off of the bus, drag her to the ground, start beating her, punching her, kicking her while she's on the ground. We didn't put that video out. It's pretty horrendous.
But after seeing the worst in people, he soon saw the best. From the public, a rarity, police say, cooperation to help ID the attackers.
We put out something on the social media. Within 2 hours, we had multiple phone calls identifying these three individuals.
Police got the names from tipsters, then got all three in custody. 18-year-old Destiny Sanders, 26-year-old Amani Thomas, and the third, a 15-year-old student who turned herself in with an adult this afternoon.
Even if it's anonymous, someone has to speak up and get rid of all this violence.
Well, this beating of this crossing guard was so badly, as you heard it described, she had to be put in the hospital for a while. And she hasn't been back to that school and to that little crossing guard situation since.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons.
When I say this, because, the females get so mad, but we are in a fucking crisis, a pandemic with this single mother and shit. And it's crazy because you could literally Google it, just like, so, and let me back up. In my spare time, I read a lot of boring shit. I like social science, and I like to read Harvard studies and just different studies where they do statistics and polls on us as a people, just all different types of backgrounds and people It is a proven fact. And if you don't know what a fact is, look it up. But it is a proven fact that single mother households produce the worst product.
Facts.
It's a
100%
fact.
Yeah.
If you take 2-parent households, single father household, single mother household, statistically based on facts.
Yep, you're right.
The household with the woman heading it by herself produces the worst product. And for our people, for Black people, for African American people, those single mother households are the reason why prisons are filled with a good majority of our
You're 100% right.
Is underway for the 4th suspect wanted in a mass shooting targeting high school students at a SEPTA bus stop. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. U.S. Marshals are now offering a reward for the capture of 17-year-old Asir Boone. Authorities say he, like the other 3 suspects in custody, will face attempted murder charges in connection with the shooting. It was 1 week ago today when 8 Northeast High students were gunned down.
Steve, police say Boone is considered armed and dangerous.
It is a lot better news when you go to the hospital and the homes of the victims, because all 8 are doing so much better physically. And they're likely doing or feeling a lot better mentally, too, knowing that Philly police here at headquarters are convinced they know who did this. These are the 4 faces behind the mask, Philadelphia police now say. 1 week to the day of last Wednesday's horrific mass shooting of 8 Northeast high school students waiting in the pouring rain at a SEPTA bus stop. Since then, it's police who poured on the investigative work and now have 3 of the 4 suspects in custody, 2 of them with staggering size bails of $16 million each. But the focus tonight is on the 4th suspect, not in custody yet, and the youngest and only juvenile aged of the 4, 17-year-old Asir Boone from the city's Germantown section, but not there when U.S. Marshals came to his family's home looking for him. And since he didn't turn himself in before a Marshals deadline, they put out his picture and name in this wanted post with a $5,000 reward offer for the tip that helps bring him in. And on it, notice where it says at the bottom, armed and dangerous. That's because we learned through the charges filed today that authorities believe Boone was one of the 3 shooters seen on the surveillance who fired those 34 shots. And learned authorities believe that 18-year-old Jamal Tucker first stole, then drove the Hyundai used in the shooting that was found by the Philadelphia Police Highway Patrol just 7 hours after the shooting a week ago tonight in this dark alley behind Fern Street. So now authorities hope a bit of public pressure and family fear for Asir's safety while out on the streets will bring him in off the streets and into police custody.
Yes, Your Honor, the state was recommending 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for the time that she has already served, the balance to be probated with a fine of $300, family violence intervention program, 40 hours of community service, and no contact with the victim, Ms. Trimble. Counts 2, 3, and 4 would merge. Count 5 would be 12 months probation to run concurrent with count 1, plus any restitution that the victim was requesting. But I believe I understand that she's not requesting any restitution.
Okay. How old is Ms. Walker? How old are you?
21.
All right, Ms. Trimble, where's Ms. Walker living now?
She lives 3 hours away from me.
Okay,
in
good.
Atlanta. I live in Pooler.
Okay.
However, yesterday when I had spoke with the victim advocate, because she had asked me if I had wanted no contact, and I told her that's not what I wanted. I wanted to have contact because she has a son that I do have a relationship with that I would like to remain in contact with. So the no contact part, if my opinion matters in that part, the no contact part, I didn't want. I wanted to have contact because we haven't had an incident with each other since that day.
All right, Ms. Walker, I'm gonna hear from your attorney and then we're gonna have a conversation. Mr. White?
Your Honor, I just ask you accept the plea, Your Honor.
Ms. Walker, you're a mom, so you're going to experience a lot of what your mama has experienced. And if you're, listen to me. If you allow your child to treat you,
it's not. That's not even.
Ma'am,
stuff happen with parents.
you're here for whatever I say you're here for.
I'm trying to hear.
All right, I'm not accepting the plea. I'm not accepting the plea. She's gonna do jail time. If she takes a plea before me, she's gonna do jail time.
What do you mean? Because it's like you telling me I'm a mom and
you keep talking, she's gonna do more jail time.
Tremaine, ma'am,
Miss Val, Miss Camille, I need a contempt order, 20 days.
You can't make this shit up, people.
20 days.
Oh my God.
For what?
Charmaine, just be quiet. This is what everybody be talking to you about. Just be quiet. Just listen to her and be quiet. Just be quiet. You're never going to like anything that everybody says to you. It doesn't matter.
No,
just
she
be
grown.
quiet
That's
and
trouble.
listen.
See, she grown. No, see, she gonna learn because she out here single mom. Miss Walker, you got your 20 days.
She's not asking you. She's not asking you for your side of the story. She's just asking for you to listen. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back on mute. I can't hear.
She about to get 20 days for direct contempt before the court. And this is why you're having the problems that you're having. Because she thinks she grown and that she doesn't have to be responsible to anybody. But I will tell you that anybody who attacks their mother, takes their car, and then thinks that they don't have to listen to a judge who's trying to put them on the right path, that's a problem. She ain't even good. She ain't even fit to be out here in polite society. I don't want her walking around because she's a danger to others. I don't even think she should have her child.
And there you have it. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And ultimately, I know it may not be all, but we're past the tipping point at this stage. We can see it on a day-to-day basis, not just on social media, but as you go out walking the streets today. Children raised by children are out of control. Out of control hyenas, gangs, packs, whatever you choose to label them as, that's what we are, and that's what we have today. And because they have no accountability, no one's raising them, and particularly in the case of single mothers who don't pick a suitable mate, a male figure, to instill some stern discipline, we get the result we have today. Chaos. The women are in chaos, the men are in chaos, because they were chaotic children, raised by no one but the streets. Yet, I want to hear from you in the comments section. Tell me your thoughts and opinions on this subject. And is the community at a loss because of the silence from the women, as well as the men can't find suitable mates to address and course correct our current situation? As always, I want to thank you for watching. Please subscribe to Male Reality Lessons and have a good day.